In the annals of correctional institutions, few facilities have garnered as much notoriety as Her Majesty's Penitentiary, HMP, in St. John's, Newfoundland and Labrador. Established in 1859, this aging institution has long been a focal point of controversy, particularly concerning the safety and well-being of its correctional officers. By 2014, the situation within HMP had reached a critical point. On February 17th of that year, correctional officers staged a protest in the prison's parking lot, highlighting escalating safety concerns following a significant riot in the chapel area. This incident underscored the volatile environment within the facility, where officers increasingly felt their lives were at risk. The provincial government responded promptly. On the same day as the protest, Justice Minister Darren King, alongside the Superintendent of Prisons, announced plans to commission the design and location of a new prison facility. This move was seen as an acknowledgement of the pressing need to address the deteriorating conditions at HMP. However, the challenges persisted. In June 2014, inmates at HMP rioted, causing an additional $100,000 in damages and wreaking havoc on a prison living unit. This marked the third riot within a year, signaling deep-seated issues within the institution's management and infrastructure. The frequency and intensity of these disturbances took a toll on the correctional staff. On December 16, 2015, a correctional officer publicly resigned, citing post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD, resulting from 6 years of service in Newfoundland and Labrador's prison system. The officer recounted multiple serious assaults and inadequate support from prison management as factors contributing to his decision. This resignation was not an isolated incident. Throughout 2015, correctional officers across the province held protests demanding the resignation of the Superintendent of Prisons. They cited dangerous working conditions, a series of riots, and allegations of harassment and bullying as reasons for their unrest. The provincial government's response was mixed. While some officials publicly backed the superintendent, others acknowledged the systemic issues plaguing HMP. Despite assurances of reforms and improvements, many officers felt that their concerns were not being adequately addressed. The situation at HMP is emblematic of broader challenges within correctional facilities worldwide. For instance, the Pontiac Correctional Center in Illinois has faced similar issues. In January 2013, an officer was severely injured by an inmate, leading to hospitalization. Such incidents highlight the universal risks correctional officers face in volatile environments. Further exacerbating these challenges are policies that limit the tools available to correctional officers. At Dwight Correctional Center, also in Illinois, guards were not permitted to carry guns, mace, or nightsticks, making them particularly vulnerable to inmate attacks. This policy led to several violent incidents, including stabbings and assaults with makeshift weapons. In Russia, the Surovikino penal colony hostage crisis of August 2024 serves as a stark reminder of the potential for extreme violence within prison walls. For inmates, reportedly linked to the Islamic State, attacked guards and took hostages, resulting in multiple fatalities before the situation was resolved. Such incidents underscore the global nature of the threats faced by correctional officers. Back at HMP, despite numerous reports and investigations highlighting the dire conditions, meaningful reforms have been slow to materialize. The aging infrastructure, coupled with overcrowding and understaffing, has created a perilous environment for both staff and inmates. The mental health of correctional officers has also been a growing concern. Exposure to repeated traumatic events, such as riots and assaults, has led to increased reports of PTSD and other stress-related disorders among the staff. This not only affects their professional performance but also their personal lives and overall well-being. Efforts to address these issues have included calls for increased staffing, better training, and improved mental health support services for correctional officers. However, budget constraints and bureaucratic hurdles have often impeded the implementation of these measures. The plight of correctional officers at HMP has also drawn attention to the broader issue of prison reform in Newfoundland and Labrador. Advocates argue that without systemic changes, including addressing overcrowding and providing adequate resources, the cycle of violence and unrest will continue. The challenges faced by correctional officers at Her Majesty's Penitentiary, HMP, have not only highlighted the need for systemic reforms, but have also drawn attention to the broader issues plaguing Newfoundland and Labrador's correctional system. Over the years, various incidents and reports have underscored the urgency for comprehensive changes to ensure the safety and well-being of both staff and inmates. In 2007, Jerome Kennedy, then serving as the Minister of Justice and Attorney General, toured HMP and described the conditions as appalling. He subsequently ordered a review of the province's correctional services, leading to the 2008 report titled Decades of Darkness: Moving Towards the Light. This scathing report painted a grim picture of the state of correctional facilities, emphasizing the need for immediate action. Despite such reports, incidents of violence continued. The HMP Chapel riot on February 9, 2014, is a notable example. During an interdenominational service attended by approximately 40 inmates, a violent outbreak occurred, resulting in the assault of inmate Kenneth Green. This incident not only endangered the lives of inmates but also posed significant risks to the attending clergy and correctional officers. The aftermath of the chapel riot saw correctional officers protesting, demanding safer working conditions and better safety equipment. The Newfoundland and Labrador Association of Public and Private Employees, NAPE, representing the prison staff, criticized the Justice Department for downplaying the severity of the situation. This incident further strained the relationship between prison staff and management, highlighting the pressing need for reforms. In response to the escalating violence and deteriorating conditions, the provincial government announced plans to build a new prison facility. However, progress has been slow, and the existing infrastructure continues to pose challenges. Overcrowding remains a significant issue, leading to tensions among inmates and increased risks for correctional officers. The mental health of inmates has also been a growing concern. In June 2017, Beatrice Hunter, an Inuk grandmother protesting against the Muskrat Falls project, was transferred to HMP after refusing to stay away from the project site. Her arrest and transfer drew harsh criticism and sparked protests, highlighting the system's insensitivity to the unique needs of Indigenous individuals. Tragically, incidents of inmate suicides have further underscored the urgent need for reform. On August 31, 2017, Douglas Neary, a first-time inmate and father of two, died by suicide at HMP. His death led to a wrongful death lawsuit against the Newfoundland and Labrador government, with allegations pointing to antiquated, inhumane, and neo-medieval management practices at the facility. The challenges are not limited to HMP alone. In April 2018, a 27-year-old woman was found unresponsive in her cell at the Clarenville Correctional Center for Women and later died. Her family filed a wrongful death lawsuit, claiming that correctional officers failed to promptly administer life-saving efforts and questioning the decisions of the prison psychiatrist regarding her medication. These incidents have led to increased scrutiny of the province's correctional system. In May 2018, an inmate at HMP had his prison sentence reduced after a judge found that the treatment he received severely affected his mental health. The inmate had been segregated for an excessive amount of time and denied basic rights, with his medication abruptly discontinued by the prison psychiatrist. The cumulative effect of these incidents has been a growing call for comprehensive prison reform in Newfoundland and Labrador. Advocates argue that without addressing the root causes, such as overcrowding, inadequate mental health support, and outdated infrastructure, the cycle of violence and unrest will persist. In response to these challenges, the provincial government has made several commitments over the years. However, the implementation of these promises has often been delayed, leading to frustration among correctional officers, inmates, and the public. The safety of correctional officers remains a paramount concern. The high-stress environment, coupled with the constant threat of violence, has led to increased reports of post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD, among staff. Without adequate support and resources, many officers feel ill-equipped to handle the daily challenges they face. Training programs have been identified as a crucial area for improvement. Enhanced training can equip correctional officers with the skills needed to de-escalate volatile situations, recognize signs of mental distress among inmates, and protect themselves and others from harm. The relationship between correctional officers and prison management has also been a point of contention. Allegations of harassment, bullying, and inadequate support have created a toxic work environment, further exacerbating the challenges faced by staff. Inmates, too, have voiced concerns about their treatment and living conditions. Overcrowded cells, limited access to rehabilitation programs, and inadequate mental health services have contributed to a sense of hopelessness among the incarcerated population. The legal system has also taken note of these challenges. Courts have, on occasion, reduced sentences or ruled in favor of inmates due to the harsh conditions they endured while incarcerated. These rulings highlight the judiciary's recognition of the systemic issues within the correctional system. Public perception of the correctional system has been influenced by media reports detailing the various incidents and challenges within facilities like HMP. These reports have sparked debates about the effectiveness of the current system and the need for reform. Advocacy groups have been instrumental in bringing these issues to light. Through protests, public campaigns, and legal actions, they have kept the pressure on the government to address the systemic problems within the correctional system. The role of mental health professionals within correctional facilities has come under scrutiny. Decisions regarding inmate treatment, medication, and segregation have, at times, been questioned, leading to calls for better oversight and accountability. In conclusion, Her Majesty's Penitentiary stands as a testament to the challenges inherent in managing aging correctional facilities. The persistent safety concerns of its correctional officers highlight the urgent need for comprehensive reforms to ensure the safety and well-being of both staff and inmates.